Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Spook327, and we are live with Terraria. We're going to be at it for probably 3 hours today. So I did a little off-screen stuff, well, more than a little, because I do just generally enjoy this game, but a lot of it is not great for streaming, and by a lot of it, I mean all the dang grinding. So what I did is I made this nice little spot way over here. I'm going to show you. See, one of the things you need is souls of flight. And unlike light and night, they're not found by killing enemies underground in certain environments. They're only found by killing certain enemies up in the sky. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. So I went way up here, because this is a spot I've had for a good long time at this point. Boop. So I went way up here, and I set a little water candle up to attract enemies to me. And I hung out here, notably when it's raining is when things get nuts. And I hung out waiting for wyverns. And I just slaughtered each one I found and collected a pretty healthy number of souls of flight. With the feathers I already had in my possession, including a giant harpy feather, I was able to make some wings, finally. So I'm not getting around with a jetpack anymore. Now there are, for vanity's sake, there are a bunch of different options for wings. Like, it's actually pretty comical. But apart from the ability to fly, it also gives you permanent feather fall. So, I mean, that alone is worth it. I mean, maybe not that alone, but they're definitely worth having. I took some time to make some potions, and I kind of started on rearranging my equipment, sorting it in some reasonable manner. But the other big thing is I went and killed the destroyer like 3 or 4 more times. I still managed to lose, which is a little embarrassing. But I took out the destroyer, got more hallowed bars, which is a huge help. And I managed to make hallowed armor, which I'm wearing now. I know you can't see it under the creeper vanity item. And hallowed armor is a good step, at least for the mechanical bosses, though obviously in time it will have to be replaced like all the other armor. Okay, so let's put this chunk away. Why do I have bombs in here? That doesn't make the least bit of sense. And we'll put the giant harpy feather in there. So one thing I aim to do today, and I'm actually going to take a shot at it right now. Not the twins, but I'm going to see if I can fight this guy. So yeah, I had a pirate invasion while I was screwing around, and it reminded me that A, I need to reinforce my home, and B, pirates just have cutlasses. So I actually got about 2 or 3 from the invasion, which is nice. And I got the pirate NPC, but he's way out at the home I made for myself back when I was exploring the dungeon. So he can just kind of hang out there because he's not very good. But yeah, hold on. The cutlass I took to the goblin and had to make it legendary, and while the cutlass only does 76 melee damage, I think that might be because of my emblem. Hold on a sec. Okay, so it's 76. Oh no, it's 68. and then the emblem takes it up. Now, granted, the Excalibur is a bit higher, and I did make one with hallowed bars, but that swing speed more than makes up for it. Okay, and I'm obviously being very careless here. Oh, that jerk. Anyway, that's the problem with wyverns, is when they die way down there, instead of somewhere sensible where I can get their stuff. I could dig for it, but I'm going to take on this boss. See how that goes anyway. As soon as I can... Oh, here it is. Oh. Now, I don't have any of my potion buffs for magic with me right now, and I'm actually going to wait a minute before I summon, because as it stands, my life isn't even full, and I don't want to pop a potion just as the fight's starting. I also don't remember how difficult this boss actually is, so I don't know what kind of trouble I'm in for here. Also, on some level, I want to look into summoning, because I think having creatures doing some damage, in addition to what I'm doing, would probably be a big help. Okay, we're buffed. Okay, Icor works on him, so that's good. Unfortunately, I need him to come down here where I can hurt him, which makes me immediately think my no magic, quote-unquote strategy here. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to sustain my DPS like with the Destroyer if he's going to hang out of range. And I do not want to get near the spinning head of death. Thank you very much. There. Did I take part of them out? Oh, it looks like I did. Very nice. Oh, I guess I did pop a potion. No wonder my health is up and I have potion sickness. Oh! Foolish. Very foolish. So I certainly need more of these heart statues. And star statues. I have no idea how I haven't found any yet. But maybe it's just bad luck. Alright, so it's already past midnight. So I don't know how I'm going to keep the pressure on to make sure I win this fight before dawn. Okay, wait, that his little grabby arm might be going down soon. I think I got one. Okay, 2 to go. I think that one on the left is going to shoot lasers, and the other one is where the bombs are coming from? Okay, well. At least I'm getting rid of his options. I mean, it's an AI. It's just going to stick to a routine. It doesn't really make choices. At least a video game AI doesn't make a lot of them. This one seems to be just a lot of RNG for the most part. I mean, I'm saying this based on limited observation, so who am I to talk, really? But yeah. Oh, okay. Listen, Mr. Floating Head of Death. I've had enough of you. Oh, I did not mean to turn that off. $3 a.m. I'm not going to make it. Come on, it's not going to be long now. No! Oh my god, that was... Well, it was close. And that only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Okay, not gonna lie, a little disappointed with how that came out. Well, tomorrow's another day. So let's dig into the old box here. See if I have any bricks. I really should by now. There we go. Now, did I store pressure plates in here? I did not. Well, I had to store them somewhere, didn't I? Or does this just mean I'm buying some today? Okay, first off, wrench, a little bit of wire. Alright, so what we're going to need is at least half a dozen actuators. There we go. A little more wire, never hurt. And 4's a bit much, but I think that should do it. Okay, and I'm not sure if a lever is going to be the right choice here, but we'll just leave that alone. So, let's get rid of these old-fashioned doors. What is this? The 1800s? Alright. Gonna seal myself in like the at the end of the cask of Amontillado. Okay, so wait, there's no... Oh, there is a lip there. But it's not as pronounced as this one. Okay. And I'll lay a pressure plate here. And here. Put actuators in the walls. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's easy enough to do. So the nice thing about pressure plates is they do not respond to enemies, which is why I'm using them and why they're actually safe for what I'm doing. Now the other part of the deal is this mess, and unfortunately part of my greenhouse is in the way of defending the rest of this little bunker I have here. So let's see. 204 feet. Oh, wait, no, it's fine because it's not actually dirt. It's going to be outside of the... Yeah, it'll be way over here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 units. So I'm going to dig up the graveyard. Just the headstones, not the bodies. I'm not going to use the bubble machine now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where we'll start digging. Okay, so it should be 3 and then 3 more, is that? Oh, 3 and then 4, 5? 1, 2. Okay, so basically it's going to be 8 tall, which I think was kind of the limit of jumping for most, well, myself. Alright, and purely for cosmetic reasons, we'll get rid of the dirt, or the dirt wall. So, hopefully, the next time there's a pirate invasion, I'm all set for it. Now, another concern, as I've been traveling about, I've been seeing how far the Crimson and the Hallow have spread in some places, and it's becoming very clear that a Clemtaminator and various gear to make it so that I don't expend too much ammo are going to be required. So that kind of sucks. Okay, so we need to go another 2 layers down. There we go. And lacking any better traps, I'm going to stick with poison. I mean, late game there's like spiked ball traps, which are horrible if you're up against them, but they're great if you're using them. And I don't know if I can get the spear traps on my side, but, oh, hey, it's the traveling merchant. What do you got for me, buddy? I can't help but notice that none of these are an ammo box, which makes me question your skill as a merchant. Alright, there's those. Huzzah. Oh my god, all these grave markers. I think its structure I might build for myself as kind of a museum, which is of course just going to be nothing but all the weapons and gear I found, because you can make neat little displays for a lot of that stuff. Wait, hold on. 204. Okay, that looks about equivalent. I mean, I hope. Okay. Listen, jerk. Okay. Squirrels, I tell you. Now, I think I used a... Yeah, I had this here. I don't really see any harm in doing that again. Just let them wander in here and get massacred. Let's just admire my doors for a sec. Okay. Wait, I dug up a bunch of dirt. Let's even out some of this terrain. That is... Yeah, now I have screaming, yelling children in the hallway. So once upon a time, I got the Terraria demo on the 360, and I did not realize, like I had apparently missed the instructions, that you can switch the placement mode, because you have 2 ways you can place blocks. One is automatic, and it's great for walls and so forth, and it's good for digging too, and then the other is manual, which is what I'm using here. And naturally, the automatic one is near useless for building a structure. And I spent half an hour trying to build a structure with the manual mode before I realized I was doing it hilariously wrong. And I'm like, I'm glad I tried a demo, because this game is unplayable. I'm glad I learned. I mean, we all make mistakes. I just happen to make my mistakes where they're archived for a good long time for everyone to see and maybe learn from. Okay, so let's take out this bridge that's no longer necessary. Oh, wait, let's... Okay, much better. And you know, it doesn't have to be a slope, but it looks better. So that's reason enough to break out the hammer and make sure everything is, you know, just a nice angled slope down to oblivion. The nice thing about enemies, or a not so nice side effect of enemies not triggering traps, is of course that you can't use them in the same way you would otherwise. You know, I'm actually going to get a banner for killing squirrels at this point. So, here we go. Now, of course, the problem is those dart traps can't fire right now. So I need to build a... watch. So I'll get some chain and some gold bars. I want to say 10 of them. And I believe I have to sit down at a table to make it. There it is. And then I can combine the watch with some wires to make a 1-second timer. Now the other way to do this would be to build a crab timer. And I think those are kind of hilarious. Oops. Okay, let's put these headstones away. Okay, and then we'll... Okay, having these cross is actually a problem. I mean, not a huge problem, just an annoyance. Okay. Oh, and apparently that's worth the engineer trophy. I'm not sure how much wire I laid, but... Okay. And 51 should be enough to go to the other side. Boy, you get a lot of range on that. That's almost comical. Did I miss a slime rain?